Got a great question from G. Address the situation where a woman goes into cardiac arrest and people don't rescue because they feel inappropriate or awkward. How do you handle such a situation? If that's your question, stay tuned for more on Roy on Rescue. Hey, and welcome back, Rescue fans. Listen, it was just yesterday I put out a request to have you give me some feedback and let me know suggestions or reaction videos that you might want me to do in regards to anything related emergency health and safety. And a rescue fan replied back, and a shout out to, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but Gil Mosher, I think is their handle on YouTube. But anyways, thank you for the feedback. I'm going to nickname you G just because I don't know how to pronounce, if that's like a French pronunciation or... I really appreciate it, G. If I did indeed forget to respond to you, I apologize. And this is a really, really valid question. And anyways, this person said, hey, Roy, you see so many people training CPR on male patients. What about female patients? What about women who go into cardiac arrest? You rarely see them represented in training videos. Number one, if I'm reading this right, why is this? And number two, if indeed that is, if trainers are, if I'm reading into this correctly, G, if trainers are worried about actually representing the female population in CPR because of some reasons that you noted here, and I'm going to address in just a minute, how much worse is it that non-professional rescuers may feel exactly the same way? And is that going to hinder the timely response of CPR, AED use, and the potential rescue of a female cardiac arrest patient? So thank you so much, G, for writing that in. And although this isn't necessarily a reaction video, it's definitely a good point, and I'll try to make it as quick as possible. So number one, yes, I think that you do see trainers actually using either anatomically male mannequins or male victim actors to potentially steer away from the awkwardness during training of the obvious things that come into play in a normal setting. And I'm going to say in a normal setting because as soon as there is a life-threatening or traumatic injury or something else, everything changes, right? So it's no longer the normal social norms. It's now abnormal social situation where you have a victim who is in dire need of help. There is nothing romantic or sensual about that, or at least there shouldn't be. And so therefore, all of the normal social awkwardness should go out the window, right? People should rescue as if the victim is a family member, or the victim is their sister or their mother or their grandmother or their daughter or whatever the case may be. And in training as a professional, that is the way we handle it. In medical ethics, there is nothing going to be unethical about our behavior when it comes to a male or a female victim. But there can be potentially, especially I think when responders are concerned that maybe they're doing CPR wrongly, like maybe the person doesn't even need CPR. Maybe I've misdiagnosed. Maybe this person is just unconscious. Maybe this person is not really in cardiac arrest. And what if I bare the chest and do CPR and place an AED and they wake up and they're like, I'm going to sue you for touching me inappropriately or exposing me or whatever the case may be. In many cases, even if a person fears this type of social awkwardness or this unethical behavior, at the very least, 911 could be called and basic CPR could be started, even over clothing. From a layperson's perspective, we can't hurt people that are unconscious, unresponsive, and not breathing with CPR. You're not going to make their condition worse. Science has proven that. American Heart Association has come back and furthered that. Number two, when and if the AED arrives, we have to appropriately get that AED on bare skin, dry skin. If they have a dangling necklace that's in between the pads, the necklace doesn't have to be removed. It can just be moved Piercings do not interfere unless you're actually covering a piercing, a metal object, or like a nitro patch, or let's just say it's a pain medication patch. We wouldn't want to put the pad right over that. If it's an underwire bra, if the concern is that there's an underwire bra that can conduct electricity, then it has to be removed. If it's not in the way, if it doesn't seem to have metal, then it can remain. So fundamentally, this is a great question. It needs to be addressed. It's an important situation. I think that there is, in certain circles, a concern from people helping anybody, regardless of the gender. But with a sue-happy society, with people fearing getting involved anyway, fearing that they're going to do something wrong, fearing that they're going to make a bad diagnosis, fearing that they're going to end up not being successful in their rescue efforts, there's a number of reasons why they may not rescue. And this needs to be addressed. Hopefully, good training, videos like this can help encourage people to protect one's dignity when they are unresponsive, unconscious, male or female for that matter, needs to be protected by good Samaritans who would treat them as if it was themselves and they would want themselves. So creating a human curtain, moving the victim to a place of privacy, getting other people out of the room that don't need to be in the room, all of these things can help protect the dignity of the individual and cut down on embarrassment, unethical potential, as strange as that may be in an emergency situation. Remember, this person's life depends on our immediate action. We don't have time to worry about that stuff. And under the Good Samaritan rule, as long as the rescuer is addressing the situation correctly, per the training standard, the victim will not be able to sue you and win unless you're going outside of that, trying to hurt the patient, receiving money in repayment for rescuing, et cetera, et cetera. That's a great question, G. I appreciate you asking it. Kind of a lengthy video for the response. It's a serious subject and it could potentially cause problems, and I appreciate the question. Sorry it took so long for me to answer it. I hope this helps. Again, everybody, if you like this channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and help this channel thrive so that we can reach more people with life-saving information, answer the questions that are important. We get sick, we get injured, and we need to know how to respond to that as best we can if we want to come out on the other side as good as possible. From Roy on Rescue, thanks for tuning in. Keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming. Send me links of videos you want me to react to give my commentary on. Ask me questions like this. I love it. Keep them coming. And until next time, keep on saving lives, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.